My name's Anna Wilson, and welcome back to my studio. I know it's been a few weeks, and I'm so sorry for that. It's been a busy month. I'm currently getting ready for my biggest art exhibition of the year, Artist Project 2026, and I'm going to take you with me today as I draw one of my final pieces for the art fair. This video is a little bit different because I am leaving the studio, which is kind of scary. I am drawing in public today, and I hope you enjoy the process. Maybe you could grab your own sketchbook, your own coffee, and draw with me as I take you along on this drawing in public journey. So let's walk to the coffee shop and get started. Drawing, of course, requires my fuel of choice, which in this case is an oat milk latte. Today I'm taking you with me as we work on a drawing that I've already started. This is one of my imagined interiors drawings, which means that I'm drawing from references and from my imagination. Now, this piece is tiny. It's 4.5 by 4.5 inches, which is very different from some of my larger pieces, but I love drawing these little drawings. I tape the edges of my paper just so I know where the boundaries of my drawings are, so that if I do go over at the end, I can peel this tape away and I have a nice clean edge to my drawings. I don't use any specific brand of painter's tape. Instead, I kind of just buy whatever is on sale, which is sometimes a mistake because sometimes it's stickier than I want it to be. But if I just first put it down on an old piece of paper, rip it off, and then place it on my good new piece of paper, I find that it's sort of the perfect stickiness where it sticks to my paper, but it doesn't leave behind any residue or tear the paper. Today I'm drawing in my Stonehenge pad. So this is a pad of paper that I love to use because it's my beautiful white Stonehenge paper that, of course, you know I love to use. Stonehenge is the only type of paper that I'll draw on. I'm also thrilled to be drawing with a fresh 0.05 fine liner pen, and you can actually see that I've already mapped out this drawing, which I don't always do, but in the case of a piece this small, just so I can fit everything into the drawing, sometimes I map it out in advance. And I'm not using any 0.03 pens in this drawing, just the 0.05. My goal today was to draw for about 2 hours at the coffee shop. And honestly, this was big for me because if you followed along for a while, you know that normally I draw all day, every day alone in my studio. Now, this may not sound like much, or it may sound kind of dramatic, but I was really proud of myself for getting out of the studio and drawing in public. Being an artist can actually be very isolating. You are alone all day, every day, like I just said. And I go and work at my gallery job once a week. I see my friends, I see my partner, and it's so great. I see my family, but all day long, I'm alone in the studio. And sometimes it's nice to be just surrounded by people. So I decided it was time to get over my anxiety of drawing in public and grab that sketchbook and march down to my favorite coffee shop and draw. Having a home studio is truly the dream because I get to roll out of bed, go for a run, eat my breakfast, and then I'm straight to the studio. But being alone all day isn't always good for you. So just getting out of the house, I know it sounds simple, but it felt really, really good. This little drawing was also the perfect size to bring with me because it's under 5 inches. It's just tiny. I was able to tuck it under my arm and bring it with me. The main part of my drawing session today, which lasted about an hour and a half, 2 hours total, was drawing this quilt, which started with all of these tiny patterns added into each patch, each part of the quilt. After I choose my patterns and fill in each little section, you'll see soon that I'm going to go in with more shading because at this stage, it looks really flat and disjointed. So you can see that the 2 Blundstone boots plus the raccoon and what will soon be cowgirl boots in the corner are kind of just floating, and they don't have any shadows to really root them to that paper and to that drawing. Fine liners are a very slow process because I carefully build them up. I try not to go too dark too fast because that's one of the #1 things you can do wrong. Instead, I just slowly build up my shading, build up my patterns and those textures in order to have a successful piece where each little tiny piece of the composition still pops. Speaking of things that are nerve-wracking and exciting and new, my online course with Domestika just dropped online. It has officially launched. I am so excited about this. I get asked all the time, how can I learn to draw like that? I only draw stick figures. I don't know how to draw. Where do I start? And I have a place for you to start now. My online course with Domestika is actually linked in my bio on YouTube. So if you click that link, you can find out all the purchase details and how to actually join my course, which I am so proud of. I flew to Madrid, Spain last March with their invitation to film this, and I had the best experience. I was gone for 10 days, 5 of which about were filming, and then I got to explore Spain. It was just truly an incredible experience, and I've put together this really amazing course for you all. So if you're looking to draw with fine liner pens and learn some more about my pen techniques, shading, perspective, you name it, this course could be for you. I had beginners and those of you who have basic drawing skills in mind when I was creating this course. So click that link in bio if you'd like to purchase the course and learn a bit more about my inspirations and how I create these drawings and learn a bit yourself. Okay, let's talk a bit more about shadows. This here is what I meant by rooting the objects to the drawing, by going in under these boots and the raccoon and in every fold and wrinkle and adding some dramatic shadows. My drawings are not realism. I truly believe that they're not realism drawings, which I know some of you have called them before, which is totally okay. But if you look at the shadows, perspective, and not to mention the subject matter, these aren't realism works. They really come from my imagination, and the perspective and shadows and highlights, they're not meant to be accurate. They're supposed to add to sort of that dream sense, a sense of comfort and familiarity, but not a sense of reality. You can see in my pen motion here, I just sort of flick out towards the highlight. So I start with a deeper pen pressure, a harder pen pressure for those dark shadows, and I just slowly take the pen pressure off for each little pen stroke, always drawing in the direction of the fabric. So I'm not going vertically when the fabric is going horizontally. I'm adding curved lines rather than straight lines so that the fabric doesn't look stiff or more like a board or something like that. I dive a lot more into this in my course when I'm creating a final project. But this here does demonstrate a little bit how I create those shadows and how I actually overlay all the designs that I've added in. I go over top with that lighter pen pressure to really unite everything together to make it a more cohesive piece of fabric. Today I chose my favorite coffee shop to draw in, and that's, I'm gonna give it away, Sidetrack Cafe. I love this coffee shop for a number of reasons. The baristas are so kind, their customer service is out of this world, their oat milk lattes are as good as they get, they're so good. I have multiple a week from Sidetrack, and the atmosphere is just great. It's this tiny little coffee shop, and they have seating in there, and it's just a really nice neighborhood atmosphere. But in addition to just being a lovely cafe, I chose it because it worked well for my drawing endeavor. The lighting in Sidetrack is phenomenal. You can see here that this is all natural light coming in through the window. I was seated on a stool at a high table against the window, and it was just perfect for drawing and filming, of course. I was so nervous to set up my little camera in the cafe, but they were so kind about it. I asked permission to draw and to film, of course, because I was going to make sure that I wasn't getting any customers in my filming, but this natural light was too good to pass up. And I'm so thankful that the staff are so kind at Sidetrack and that they were okay with me hanging out for a couple hours, drinking my latte and drawing. I also love the noise level at this cafe, and that's such a funny thing to sort of talk about, but I didn't wear headphones when I was drawing because I don't really like wearing headphones in public, but it wasn't too loud. There was a nice little hum of people talking and chatting with their friends, but it's just a great atmosphere there. If you're looking to draw in public, if you're looking to draw in a coffee shop, especially if you're filming, I always say ask permission. You don't want to be filming in a business, have them not like that you're there filming. Finally, I started working on this cowgirl boot, and I have to be honest, I was struggling at first. The shape of the boot was slightly off, and I just wasn't getting the shadows and highlights right, which is okay because I was going in quite light at first. Like I talked about how it's always good with fine liner pen to start with a very light pen pressure because of course it's not erasable. I decided it was probably time to call it a day after I had been there for about an hour and a half, 2 hours or so. I thought, no what, I need to focus so hard to get this boot right, which is really funny because certain parts of my drawings, although it's all very sort of united and has the same level of shading and detail, certain parts of my drawing are significantly harder to draw than others. So I decided it was time to pack up my bag and head back to the studio so I could extra focus on drawing these cowgirl boots because I wanted it to look perfect. But of course, before then, I had one stop to make on the way home.
Just looking at you makes my whole world spin.
Okay, I'm at the gallery. I'm about to go visit my piece, which is on display for the International Women's Day show at Westland Gallery. They're at 247 Wortley Road in London, Ontario. So come tour the exhibition with me.
First and most importantly, we say hi to Tucker, the official gallery greeter. And then we take a look at this incredible show featuring 18 incredible women artists from Ontario. I'm so honored to be a part of the International Women's Day exhibition on display until March 28th at 247 Wortley Road in London, Ontario. And my piece, Found, is on the wall. The entire exhibition can be seen in person or online at westlandgallery.ca. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's always scary trying something new, whether it's drawing in public, trying a new format of a YouTube video, and I would love to hear your thoughts about what you would like to see next and whether you enjoyed this video in general. So if you have a moment to like and subscribe, I would appreciate it forever, and I hope to see you next time, hopefully in a couple weeks. In the meantime, if you would like to be added to my collector's waitlist, to purchase a willow tree in the next couple of weeks, please email me at annawilsonartist@gmail.com. I will be sending out a preview to everyone on my collector's waitlist before Artist Project. I hope you all have an amazing day full of some productive drawing or sculpting or painting time in the studio, and I will see you next time.